Okay, so I am nearly ready to go here with the cut rounds. Um, Basically, cut determination, whatever you want to call it. Here are the cards. I already did the qualifications. 46 golfers were able to qualify due to injuries to 5 golfers um, and also 10 golfers who were taking the week off. So a bunch of the Slacker Tour and non-exempts from the Slacker Tour did a qualifying run with that, and so that's out of the way. Now I just need to fold these guys together and do the cut stuff, and just going to try and do a little bit of. I like to try and change up my randomization techniques. It's kind of tough to do it just by shuffling, so sometimes I do this. Boom. So, hope everybody is having a great Independence Day so far. Everybody stays safe. A lot of, a lot of fireworks, a lot of personal fireworks for people to kind of do things themselves. Firecrackers, Roman candles. A lot of opportunity for not having a very good day, if you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it can be a great day and it can be a day where we not only celebrate freedom, but we can also experience freedom from or at least our appendages can experience freedom. And no offense to anybody who's had that happen, but, just take care. This is not, this is just something that you just want to take care with because, yeah. But not to bring anybody down, but yeah, this is I mean, what an awesome privilege to be able to have the freedoms to do, um, not only the freedoms to do, but just the freedoms that we have enable us to have the wealth to be able to purchase board games and, all that kind of stuff. It's not a there aren't that many countries. I mean, there are some, but it's not every country that affords you that opportunity. So we don't take it for granted here, that's for sure. But even though it can feel that way sometimes. All right, so we're gonna have the morning and afternoon, and then I'm gonna shuffle these up more. So, um, yeah, July, good month, hot. If you like heat, then it's for you. If you don't, then you're probably hoping for fall. The other thing about it is that things like the baseball season are starting to get into the really long days. This is when the season really, I mean, you get an all-star break. But, you know, it's really for baseball players especially, it's the dog days of summer. You know, all sorts of injuries have started to crop up for most of them, and then you keep on going. I mean, I think most people would consider baseball to be a relatively low impact sport, but you are swinging a bat and throwing a baseball and running around in the heat, often probably dehydrated because these guys don't live the most healthy of lifestyles, like probably most of us don't. But you know, I had a couple beers last night, and they probably have a few, and they probably, you know. So I guess my point is that when you do that, you start, you know, you get dehydrated, and your muscles don't like that. So, I mean, they have trainers, but trainers can only do so much. So anyway, I guess I'm just rambling on, trying to distract you from this pile. Looks a little light from the boredom that could be this process here of dividing up the cards. So what we're going to do is we use this making the cut um, process. We roll 2 dice, read them in ascending order, and we get orders from the sheet on whether to do a random draw or whether to pull out only the top golfers, or whether you know, there's a mixture of the two. And it also will at times list somebody as outstanding, which gives them a little bit better of a chance of making the final. It's basically they're basically the better golfers out of the first 2 rounds. So basically your leaders, if you will, coming out of the first 2 rounds, they have a pretty good chance of making the final pairings on the weekend. So, all right, so we'll go with the first pile in 13. That gives us that we draw 2 golfers randomly, and then the top remaining golfer in the pile will also make it through. So the way I do, if you've seen this before, the way I do random is I put them out on the table like this, count them, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I use a D20 to pick the random. So that way I am not biased. That way you have an equal chance of 1 versus 11 versus 5 versus 8 or whatever. So let's go and see what happens here. 14. So the trouble with when you have over 10 is you can only go up to 11. If you have 10, you can take all the way to 20 because you just you know, divide it by 2. In this case, well, you don't divide it by 2. And with 10, you do. No, you don't divide it by 2. You subtract 10. But in the case of 11, you just have to take 1 through 11. And then I have 1 miss completely. I'm just going to throw it in my box here. And there's 19. You know what? I'm ready for a D20 change. Let's use the regular old white and black. Well, there's 4. Didn't hit the box, but this could be this guy. That's our first one of the day. Will be, if I can get my fingernail to work. There we go. Patrick Kieran. We need to roll 1 more now. We can go up to 20 because we have eliminated. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right. There's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 12 there. No, there are 12. I miscounted. That's okay. We didn't roll a 12, so we rolled a 4. And so we still have 11. We can only go up to 11. That's 9. So when I do it, I go from this starts as 1 now. Again, to try and make it as equitable as possible. And so we've got 6, 7, 8, 9. It'll be Pedro Nolan, a qualifier who gets in. And now the top golfer from there. So let's start flipping these over. We've got Christian Canepa. Jorge Hayes. 6A is not going to get it. So then what we do, if you recall, each golfer has a rating. So Canepa was 4B, which is better than 6A. 3C is better than 4B. 3B would be better than 3C. So the lower the number, the better. The better the letter, the better the golfer too. But number has rank over letter. Another 3C for Samson Tucker. Let's see if these guys get beaten. Lucas Rooney's a 5A, will not. 3A for Danny Gallatin will, because we're only taking one top golfer, he will rank out over Tucker and Webster. Alvestad is also 3C. 5A for Hee Jin Tong. 4A Nate Killo. And 5B Delmo Masanti. They all missed the cut. And these guys are not outstanding. They're just made the cut golfers. So, okay. So, the cut rounds are underway. And I've taken 10 minutes to get started with this process, so I may trim this later. 16 means that we draw 5 and choose one top, so that we're going to get a lot of random golfers making the cut here out of this pile. Okay, so we do have 11 here in this pile. So we got to draw 5 because of a 16. So that's 3. Now we'll be down to 10, right? 8, 9, 10, yeah. But Adrian Hyde will make the cut. 4 more to go. Actually, what I do in this case is I tend to put these guys up here so that way I can easily keep count. So 10, we're going to take this one since we start here with 1. Carlo Solari. Down to 9. 2. It'll be this one here. Denny Rowetter. 1. So it'll be this. Boyd Yeager. I think he was a qualifier here. And 1 more. We're down to 7. And 11 is fine. That gets us 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Dave Simanowicz Jr. Okay, so that's our 5. We'll put them all on the made the cut, and then we have 1 top. Now, if they're ties, we take them. So Don Slattery, he is a qualifier. He will probably not make it with a 4C. Fabio Antonucci beats him out. Ian Robards with a 3A beats out Antonucci. Kanishi with a 2B beats out Ian Robards. Smokey Novak, 3B, nope. And 5C for Ernie McCown. So it'll be Shinji Kanichi being the better golfer out of the rest of the bunch, and will make it in. Now 46, that's going to be draw 1 and top 4. So let's do it here. Seven, 8, 9. So 10. We draw 1. That'll be number 3. It'll be this one here. That's going to be Maurizio Mondragon. And so now the top from there. Or the top, how many? Top 4. So let's just turn 4 over. Roger Bellino, Gary Patel. They're both 4s. Kyson Roca. I always say his name, Roca. Eric Hubbard. So we have 5 more to pick from here that will. Eric Hubbard is very much in jeopardy, and he is going to immediately be knocked down. So now you got Gary Patel as the guy that's on the bubble, and Gail Honorado takes care of him. Next up is Todd Mann. That's going to knock Roger Bellino out. So now what would be nice is if we had 2 here that were above 3C, so we only brought in 4, but I don't think that's going to happen. 4B, that's Elliot Strong, nope. 2B, Bob Demelmeyer. He's a qualifier. So we're going to end up having 5 come in from the top. We take ties. Okay. Pile number 4. 25, we're going to draw 3. Kind of taking my time here. Sometimes I'm a little more expedient with this process, but I don't know. It's 4th of July. I'm hoping to get this tournament done in basically one day, but we'll see. So 10, we're going to draw 3 out of 25. Or 20, yeah, 25. Number 2, it's going to be Carter Jacobs, qualifier. So now we're down to 9. 8, so it's going to be this one at the end, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ellis Moberly, he's a 3C. If you want to look at Carter Jacobs, there he is. And now 15 on 8 is valid. So we would start with this one because we got the one from the end. So that makes, you subtract 8 because that's how many we have. So 8 from 15 is 7. We take the 7th card. Gil Granbury is a random guy. So he would have been one of the 2 top golfers, almost certainly with a 1B. One of the best ratings. But instead, it'll probably allow somebody who is down the list a bit to get in. So let's flip 2. Martin Van Dyke, Alec Nolan. Okay. So we need a better than a 3C. Greer Copeland III. We remember him from the last tournament. He will knock out Alec Nolan. Yun Lee Song. Boy, this is a powerful one. So Greer Copeland is gone. Dale George, a 3C. Tom Sudbury, a 3A. Nishiki Kawahara, 4B. So the 2 that come through are Yun Lee Song and Martin Van Dyke. They'll make the weekend. Pile 5. 14, draw 3, and then the top golfer will be outstanding, which is basically one of the leaders. Or likely to be one of the leaders. You would say one of the leaders coming out of the second round. So we've got 9 there, and we're drawing 3. Number 5 is going to be Palmiro Cavallari. We saw him last tournament. Almost, he had a shot to win the U.S. or the American Open. So 8 left. 8 and 13. That's going to be number 5. So it's going to be this one. Randy Marsh, another guy from the qualifying deck. So now 7 and 3. And so this is right, draw 3. It's going to be Joshua New. He knew he was going to make it. All right, we'll put them on, and now we take the top golfer who's going to end up on outstanding. Connor Messick, will it be him? He's a 3B. No. Yeah, well, it could still be Hal Marlowe. 4A, Del Hutton won't beat Connor Messick. Kareem Klein, nope. 2A, Myung Cho, that will beat Connor Messick's 3B. And finally, Tyler Gentry at 4A. So Myung Cho, a winner on tour, will be outstanding. Pile 6. And we're going to have an injury. So I got to find my injury chart. It's in my box here. So 11, they made an addendum to this process that I like it because it adds some intrigue. So 11 is it used to be the top golfer only, but now 11 is draw golfer exits tournament, top golfer remains, making the cut. And so it also gives us a chance for more till further notices, which brings back some players that have been on the shelf. So let's see who the draw golfer is that ends up with an injury. Could it be somebody important to the tour? Well, all the golfers are important, but could it be somebody who is in the top? Because if it's till further notice and they're in the top, say 25, it could potentially jeopardize their opportunity to remain on the tour. So, although we are getting kind of late in the season, they may be okay. But I have no clue. This is my first tour using History Maker Golf. I'm not sure how devastating it could be to miss the final stretch of the season. So the top 9, or there are 9 here, so our draw golfer is 15. 15 minus 9 is 6. It's going to be Ivan Vance. So one of my golfers is going to be injured. And so now we need to re-roll the D6s. 46, he'll be out till further notice with an arm injury, and he's also going to have to be injured on the Slacker Tour. So where is my book? Here we go. I've got to write it down here. Making cut. .46 is an arm injury. Like I said, he's also on the Slacker. So anyway, so now we got to take the top golfer, and that will be the only other one. So Damari Ramsey, Ethan McMillan will start out. Jeremiah James is a Soren Overgaard with a 4C, won't. 4B, Prentice Bial, no. CJ Hope, he's a qualifier, but he is one of the cards from the Pro National. He's going to jump over James. Yeah. Saunders doesn't have it. Garibay doesn't either. So they're going to miss. CJ Hope will make the cut. We'll keep going. Pile 7. Okay, 45. Okay. This is draw 1 and then the top 4 remaining. Wow, these all look like qualifiers. Okay, well, draw 1. We've got 7 and 9. Minus 7 is 2. So Jason Huffman now the top 4 remaining. There's a couple 3Cs, a 3B, Rogelio Ryan, 2A Mateo Soto. So I'm wondering if that's gonna kind of mess us up here a little bit. But we had one there that was only one made the cut. So we're gonna have 5. Five. Top 4, yeah, we get the top 5. And unfortunately, they're all qualifiers, but that's the way it goes in some tournaments. Sometimes the pros just have some bad luck. Actually, part of it is there's just a lot of guys injured right now. 56 is going to be 1 and draw 1 top 5. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so we got to go 1 through 11 here. 1, Trent McAdams. And so we draw 1 and then the top 5 remaining. So let's roll over 5. So Freddie Moran and Rafael Mraz, Buddy Carawan, Jimmy Kimes, who has extra control till further notice, then Alec Newcomb. Good chance for Alec Newcomb to make it here, make the cut with a 4C. These 5 or maybe one of the 5s too, if it's lucky. Tagaki Yamasaki's going to knock out Rafael Mraz. He was injured for a period of time. Remington Ramirez with a 3C will knock out Carawan. And Aditya Klein is going to knock out Moran. So now it's just a matter of whether Alec Newcomb can survive. Lucas Bergman with a 4B knocks him out. Duncan Kramer with a 5B knocks him out. So 6 from that pile. We'll put them on the made the cut. Okay, so we're going to the afternoon round. So that's how this splits up. Morning and afternoon. guess what I was doing was that I was then going upstairs to my computer and doing the add, designating the golfers who missed the cut um, in my spreadsheet as missing the cut, and then I would come back and do the third round. I think I'm just going to do this probably in kind of in order without worrying about it. Kind of do everything right at the end. It really doesn't matter that much. So, okay, let's go ahead. I shuffled that enough, I think. Okay, so again, if I didn't really explain it the first time, but we try to create 8 relatively equal piles in depth. And this process, as you've seen, will give you a random but somewhat planned mixture of top and random golfers to try and simulate the makeup of a normal tour. I guess if you want to call it, it would just be that it's a trying to mimic the somewhat randomness of a lot of tournaments. Kind of wonder if there could be some adjustments made to the process to for especially majors. I feel like majors, there's a much lower chance of strange players getting in, but I don't know. The other thing about the majors is that then you have a lot of European Tour and Asian Tour players, and you usually get 1 or 2 of those sprinkling in. So anyway, here we go with the first pairing of the afternoon round 25. We're going to draw 3. Take the top 2. So we don't have a lot of... So we have some inconsistencies with this tour here. Namely that we don't have a companion European Tour. We do have the Slacker Tour. But those golfers, generally speaking, are lower on the totem pole. Not as good. I am thinking about implementing a process to change the cards after the season, but I haven't quite come up with that yet. So we have 9. We're going to draw 3, and there's 9. So Kenny Service will be one of them. So 8, double 8, 16, 17 is out of the range. 20 is as well. 19 is as well. How about that? All of those. Okay, 13 is all right. So we took the last one before. So we're going 13. And we have 8. So that's number 5. This one here. Abdiel Nichols. Call him Abe. Abe Nichols. And now 7. 14 will be this. It's perfect double. It's going to be Kenneth Hans. Now we draw, or we take top 2. Chase Stevenson, Dalton Solomon are both 4As. Another 4A, Trevor Nolan. 4C, Parker Melton. 3C, Gary Zukowski. 4A. Well, this is going to blow us up here. We've got a lot of 4As in this pile, so we may have some of the cut determination bleed over to... So that gives us, what, 8? How did that roll? Yeah, I think so. We may have some of the cut determination bleed over to the third round. Sometimes that happens. 24, we're going to draw 2, top 2. Hopefully we don't have a lot of what just happened. I think one where it really blows it out doesn't hurt too much, but it also helps if you can get a couple of low rolls, like you only get 1 or 2 golfers in. 66 and 11, the 11 helped. If you can get a couple 11s, a couple 22s, it can really help. So 9 here. drawing 2. 9 again. Okay, Tord Thorson. 8 and 10, so that's going to be 2. Sheridan Cook Jr. Okay, Leon Bay. Jeremiah Mays, both 4 A's. Evan Aldrich, a 2A. Rance Aberley, a 2A. Okay, so we're not going to get a bunch of 4 A's. There's another Cam Tullis, 5B. Felix David, 3C. Harley Villanueva, who had a nice American Open. I believe he finished top 10, but I can't quite remember. Could get out my book and look it up, but I want to stay focused on this. So, yeah, so this is going to be our third pile here from 44. Okay, we draw 1 in top 4. Doubles can be low rolls as far as ones that you take, but in this case, 44 is basically the same as all the other 40 rolls. You get draw 1 top 4. So we've got 10. Yes. 14. It's going to be Riker Bolton, one of those custom cards. And then we got Sonny Lemons, Aaron Backus, Ji-Woon Ko, Craig Angelo, so a couple 5As, and they will probably get bashed out of there. And one more will be, that'll be it for the 5As. Augie Cameraman, Jeffrey Hahn. Okay, so now the question is it going to be Hahn that goes next? 3B, yes. Nick Yarlett, who is in our final pairings, knocks out Hahn. Mackay Berry is going to join Sonny Lemons, knocking out Cameraman, and Carol Davis, a 4C, is not going to be good enough to make it. So, the fourth pile, 36, draw 3, top 3. A lot of big rolls. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to draw 3. Number 11, Merus Hirano. 9 and 18, so it's going to be the very last one. It's going to be Dustin Emmerich. Will be a draw. That may allow maybe even a 4 to get through. So 14 on an 8 is going to be number 6, Kenji Morita. So 3 pretty good golfers, and now we're going to draw. We're going to take the top 3. Woody Clark's a 5B, Chico Fonseca's a 2C, and a 5A from Otavio Almeida. Could Almeida make it in? 3B, Jae-Gun Woo. So no. 4B, John Hudspeth. Yeah, these guys are both not going to be able to. So now the question is, how about Hudspeth? 5A, Kevin Percival. 4A, well, Manini is going to knock out Hudspeth. So a 4 did get in from the top. And that's by virtue of Emmerich making on the random roll. Okay, so 4 more rolls to go here. 66. Draw 1 outstanding golfer. That helps. Just drawing 1. So 11. I'm going to roll it right down in front here. 14 won't work. 11. Lanny Saxerholt will be outstanding, joining Young Cho. And that's going to be it. Let's take a look at all the cards that didn't make it. Carson Rodell, the American Open winner, misses the cut. Harry Harvey, Burke Yielding, Su Sheng Tian, Alan Kelly, Malcolm Wells. I couldn't find Al. think it was Alan Kelly I couldn't find before, and I had to disqualify him or maybe withdraw him. Gareth Leonard, Gooch Wilborg. So Gareth Leonard misses the cut. Gooch Wilborg, a couple guys who were in the final pairings. Ozzy Valenti, Angus Ingram. Okay, so now the sixth pile, 56. That's going to be another big one. Draw one and top. Draw one and top 5. So that is 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4. So we draw 1. That's going to be Shane Sterling. And then the top 5. So let's go ahead and roll over the top 5 here. Eddie Sykes, Clive Kenny, Jim Visotki, Brian Bauer, Greg Millwood. A lot of fodder in this. So we could get a 4. We could get a 4B for sure here. Enrique Magallanes is a 1C. Casey Holder. No. 5B, Alerto Huerta. 3A, Steve Foshi saves us from a big one because that knocks out the 4 C's that we're hanging on. So we do get a 4B. Clive Kenny. Brian Bauer, Eddie Sykes, Steve Foshi, and Enrique Magallanes. 2 more piles. Oh, and Shane Sterling as the draw golfer. 33, draw 3. That's it. So that's another one that's on the lower side. I may still do my spreadsheet updates. It's nice to know how many people you have going into the final 2 days. So we've got 10, and we're going to draw 3. Number 3, because it's 13, will be first. Will Janis, he won earlier in the year. Earned his tour card with the victory. You can see it doesn't take a really heroic card to win. Doesn't have many traits. He does have semi-hero. He is semi-gold. And then he's got a couple other semi-icons. And bomber, that's it. So we're now down to 9. 15 minus 9 is 6. So we go 6 right here. Kerry Finley. Now down to 8 and 12. So that'll be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Todd Ahrens, no top golfers. So Bob Kleckner, Benicio Vasquez, Darren Sears, Andy Jansen, Zephaniah Scott, Jay Laufenberg, Kirk Redwine all missed the cut. And so we did get 1 4B, but not a lot of lower ranking golfers. And finally, we're going to do the 45. So that'll be draw 1 and top 4 again. And that will close us out here. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll draw 1. That'll be number 8 right here. Waki Inoue. Great name. Assume he's potentially from Hawaii or something to that effect. So then the top 4 left, there are some slacker golfers here. So Riley Sherrill's going to tie Hector Morris. Duke Vernon, a 4C, no. So we're taking 4 in, correct? Yeah. So 4B, no. 5B, no. 2C, yes. We need 1 more. There's 2B, Adam Trenchard. That's going to knock out the 2 4As, and then we're in good shape. So, okie dokie. That's our cut determination. We have 2 outstanding golfers, Myung Cho, Lanny Saxerholt. 1 injury, Ivan Vance, a slacker tour guy. I'm not sure if he's actually on the Slacker Tour, if he's a qualifier, but he is going to bring back. Give me a moment as I look up to see who will be back for the Appalachian Hootenanny from Springhouse, which is Greenbrier, a pretty tough course. Let's see, till further notice list. It is going to free up Wyatt Sells. He'll be back in. He has been out since the Masterful. And in good time for him because I think he is starting to get into that. Let's take a look at the money leaders real quick. So the money leaders currently on tour. Yun Lee Song is one. Carson Rodell, who missed the cut here, is number 2. Gareth Leonard is 6. He also missed the cut. Now let's see. Where is Wyatt Sells? At 102. So he is quite happy about having his injury healed up. It's been quite a while since he banged his elbow up. He was really happy to make the cut that one Friday, and he took a dive and into the into the green side shallows, and he really just tore it up pretty good. So anyway, we will be back with the third round of the Connecticut International. So until then, we'll see you later. Have a good one, and God bless.